What's up, girlies? So I am about to go thrifting, and every time I tell somebody that I am a thrifter, they always ask me, how do you know what to thrift? How do you do thrifting? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what I do when I go thrifting. So the first thing I do is that I get inspiration, right? When you're going thrifting, everything is gonna look amazing to you because you're like, oh my God, all this stuff is so cheap. I can definitely do this and that with it, and I can give it a second life or sometimes a third life. But you have to kind of monitor your expectations, right? And you have to make sure that you are not letting the thrift you, because that's when you become a hoarder. So you need to understand first, you need to know what you're thrifting. So take a look at Pinterest. If you're not following me on Pinterest, make sure you follow me. It's 150,000 monthly views over there. So, you know, I get busy on Pinterest. Come over there and join us, girlies. But nonetheless, I'm always looking on there. I'm looking on there for the latest fashion trends. I'm looking on there to see what kind of comes about. I have really trained my algorithm to show me the things that I'm interested in. I'm interested in stuff like makeup, skincare, thrifting, DIY, and things of that nature. So my algorithms, I make sure that that's what I'm searching for. I go right onto the search box and search whatever it is that I'm interested in at that moment, and my algorithm starts to show me that kind of stuff. So I get a lot of inspiration to kind of see what it is that I want to buy, or maybe I want to DIY. I'm a huge DIYer. I'm gonna be sharing more videos about that soon. And kind of showing y'all some things that I've made, but you guys have already seen like the shoes I've made, my Crocs I made at home. I made a few purses. I'm gonna make a few hats, like custom hats, because I'm really into hats. So you guys will be seeing that, but you need to get inspiration. So follow your favorite blog, you know, get on TikTok and look up DIYers or, you know, people who are thrifting, and just kind of get some inspiration so you can know what it is that you're looking for and what's kind of catching your eye. The next thing I do is that I set a budget. So today my budget is $100. I'm going shopping specifically for accessories. So I want all the chunky jewelry. I want all the vintage jewelry. I want all of the things that can be deconstructed and used in a DIY project. Like, I'm looking for it. Hats, belts, purses, wallets, chains, necklaces. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any clothes at this time. So again, I know exactly what I'm looking for. My budget is $100. It is a flea market, so I'm assuming I can get my negotiation on. But if not, I mean, you know, I'm prepared to pay a fair price. But also remember that, you know, you're going thrifting. So if you're seeing something that's probably $13, $15, it's probably $13, $15 new. So I would pass on that. Now, again, sometimes you can haggle at these flea markets, or if you are at a thrift store, sometimes they have certain tickets that are half off, or, you know, a certain percentage off. So always go and know what's the sale if you're at a thrift, or, you know, be prepared to get your negotiation on at a flea market. So set a price, set a budget, and know what you're looking for. And then also too, another thing I do is that I try to make sure that I am not taking on things that I'm not going to use in the next 2 to 3 months. So again, you know, I know, like I said, I'm a huge DIYer. If I know I'm not going to use it, then I'm not going to pick it up. Like, you know, if it's going to tell me like, oh, well, I'll probably make this in 6 months, then I'm not picking it up. Like, because in 6 months, you know, when I'm really ready to start shopping for, let's say, winter things, new stuff came out. It's gonna be new stuff. People don't donate it to the thrift, or I'm gonna be going to new flea markets and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like one of those things where I'm like, no, I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna get that. So I try to keep stuff that I'm gonna use in this season. I'm gonna pick up things I'm gonna use in this season. The next thing that I kind of recommend for the girls who are going thrifting is to be kind to yourself, right? A lot of times we go in there and we say, oh, I just don't know how to put these outfits together, and I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to look, and my eye doesn't catch. But again, you have to do some research to see what is actually catching your eye. You know, those things that you double tapping on IG, or double tapping on Pinterest, or whatever platform you're on, those are the things that are catching your eye. Like, for instance, right now I'm really into, like I said, accessories, but I'm also into vintage t-shirts and the whole lace skirt thing. So I like when they put the big vintage t-shirt on, and then they have like they put it over like a flowy lace skirt or a flowy lace dress. So I may look for some vintage t-shirts. I'm really into hats, so I'm definitely gonna be looking for really nice hats, but like the dad hats, like not like the Cowboy Carter hats. I already got enough cowboy hats in my collection, but I am looking for hats like that. I don't really wear other kind of hats, but I'm open to it. So, you know, we'll see. But again, you have to go and know what it is that you are looking for and what catches your eye. So make sure you get some inspiration before you go thrifting. And another thing I can recommend is that maybe you go thrifting with somebody else. Sometimes, you know, somebody is able to help you see the vision, but again, it has to be your vision. Your vision and my vision are two totally different visions, because we got two totally different styles, girlies. So I just think that just kind of go with an open mind, get creative, think about things. Like, I know sometimes I'll see like belts that are just raggedy, right? Like they you know, they're just gone. Like, you really can't probably use the actual belt process, but the buckle is in great condition, or it's a really great design or a novelty item or something like that you can take and make a purse charm, or stick it on a hat, or stick it on a gym shoe. Like, I do all types of things with belts. Today I'm actually looking for belts because I want to make a belted corset. I saw somebody make it on TikTok and I was like, I can do that. And I'm looking for belts though that have a lot of personality to them. So again, go with what your vision is. So I hope that was helpful. Again, thrift stores, you know, they are a dime a dozen. I'll try to list a few of them that I like in the comments. I'm in Chicago, so they'll be different, but you know, if you're not in Chicago, Goodwill is a great place. I have heard they prices have gotten a little but I mean, I think they do have their sales. Unique is a thrift store that I've seen in other cities outside of Chicago. Yeah, so I'll take a look and see if there's some chain thrift stores so that everybody can kind of benefit from, you know, the list that I'm gonna put up. But also just type in Google like thrift stores near me. People open up thrift stores, so thrift stores, resale shops, but keep in mind those are different, right? Thrift stores are usually things that people have kind of donated, and the person is kind of selling them at a super discounted rate. Resale shops are things that people have donated, well, not donated, but they've kind of given to that store, and they're really great quality, or they may be really good quality, and they kind of probably got a few more years in them, and they're like, okay, you know, these should be sold at a higher item. Also, consignment shops are different, right? Consignment shops are where I may give something to that shop to sell on behalf of me, and I get a cut and they get a cut. So make sure you know the store that you're going in. Are you going in a thrift store? Are you going to the flea market? Are you going to a resale shop? Or are you going to a consignment shop? So keep that in mind. I kind of stay away from consignment shops and resale shops because I'm really looking for those thrifty prices. Like, I'm really looking for those thrifty prices. So I don't too much shop in those two, but I have shopped in a few consignment shops and gotten a couple of good pieces. I actually got a fur coat from a consignment shop. So I mean, you know, when I am looking for those pricier items, or, you know, items that are, you know, consignment shops have all types of designer purses you can get for a fraction of the price. So when I'm looking for items like that, I will frequent consignment and resale shops, but I'm sticking more with the flea markets and the thrift shops, and I love a good garage sale. Okay, I really wish that there were more in my neighborhood, but I have heard that subdivisions oftentimes will have like a neighborhood type garage sale, and I love those. Every time I go down south, when I go to Memphis to see my aunties and them, they always take me to the garage sales. They have garage sales every weekend, y'all, down there. So I be loving it. Like, I be down there getting all types of stuff, and, you know, just coming home with all types of bags. So yes, look for those things that are in your neighborhood. Another one that people don't really talk a lot about, I don't see people saying a lot, is estate sales. But again, estate sales kind of, they are their higher range, because people are usually selling the collection that they've curated of things. So it could be home decor, it can be clothes, it can be jewelry, it can be purses, all types of things. So estate sales are usually a little bit on the higher end of items that people are selling, and you know, you're not going in there getting, you know, 25-cent shirts or $2 shirts and $3 shirts. But again, you might, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I have seen estate sales on the last day, they kind of be like, you know, name your price. But again, you're not naming, you know, a Gucci bag, you know what I'm saying, like $10. No, but I mean, you might get away with like $2.50, maybe, I don't know. But like I said, estate sales, I go to them if I'm looking again for really specific pieces. But I'm really a flea market thrift type of girly, right? Like, I'm going in there and I'm saying the blue tag is 50% off. Oh, I'm hoping everything got a blue tag on it. Like that, I'm really looking for those thrift prices. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I also will be actually putting together a thrift trip. We're gonna get a group of girlies together and we're gonna go thrifting, right? We're gonna hit a couple of thrift stores. I don't know if we're gonna stay in the city or if we're gonna go a little bit to southern Illinois or go to a couple of other kind of different cities that are around. I've seen some advertisements for like these huge thrift stores that are in Illinois, but a lot of times I don't really like them because they don't really have a lot of, they don't have the best selection. A lot of the time it's just stuff that they kind of just stuffed inside of a store, and it's not really the greatest selection. Like I kind of want to hit those thrift stores, like the thrift stores on 55th Street in Chicago. You know, like people know about us, people don't know about us, but people, you know, like we're a little bit more smaller because they tend to get better items. So, and it's a better selection. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys are following me on all my platforms, eb_ and the details with 2 S's because we real extra over here. Don't forget the 2 S's, girlies. But yes, be on the lookout because I will be hosting a thrift store trip. You know, we gonna come up with a, you know, it's all about the details. So I'm gonna make sure, you know, it is what it is and y'all gonna have a good time. So be on the lookout for that. All right, girlies, I'll see you guys later. I will probably do a haul of all the things I got today. I'm super excited. I need to get out of here. So be on the lookout too for a haul. And if you haven't seen my other video, check out my other video where I give you, I think maybe 5 or 6 tips about when you go to the thrift store, like some things you need that I feel like you should need, how you should dress, you know, things of that nature. So make sure you check that out. All right, girlies, see you later.